Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Rich and Zoey, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is her ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, both on and off leash, the correction and the motivations that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves the left hand available to give the correction, and the only corrections that we give here at school are a little tug and let go on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Zoey's going to come home with her very own training equipment, and you'll be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now, she's sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is proper heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, allowing you to be the leader. Her shoulders should never pass your left leg, and she should always be well under control with a nice automatic sit when you stop walking. So if you're walking along and you stop to cross traffic or stop to talk to a neighbor, she should be sitting very nicely at your left, looking very well under control. If you speed up, she should do the same. With nice automatic sits. And we praise her for a good job. She's such a sweet girl.
Stay.
Now that is the stay command. It's a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. The long sit stay when you're practicing at home is for 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes, and practice this indoors as well as outdoors. This obedience training really helps the bond between owner and dog. When Rich returns back to her, he will walk all the way around her as an additional distraction, and she should remain seated until she gets her next command, and he'll heel her out of that. Walking along nicely with Rich, maintaining pace with him, sitting when he stops. She's such a cutie. She walks very nicely, not dragging you at all. Rich leaves her in another sit stay.
Stay.
This time he dropped the leash.
Zoey, come. Good girl.
He calls her in. Has her sit right in front, facing his knees. Good girl. And then she returns back to heel position and back sitting.
Zoey, heel.
We've been trying to improve her stamina and her ability to do this work for longer periods of time, because she doesn't have a lot of stamina and she tires quickly, especially if it's warm. Rich will leave her in another sit stay, and he'll demonstrate the recall again. And if you're practicing your recall on leash, this is how you do it.
Zoey, heel. Come.
She says, make up your mind, Rich. Comes right in and sits beautifully. And then goes back to heel and back sitting. Very good.
Zoey, heel. Good girl.
Now we're getting ready to demonstrate your down commands for you. And there are 2 of them. The first one, with Zoey at heel position, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground with the one-word command to down, and then stay. Rich drops his leash and walks out of the range of the camera, and she maintains that down stay. And these are all things that you're going to be practicing with Rich when he brings her home on Monday. He returns all the way back to heel position. Remember, everything starts and stops at heel position. And we will show you that down from a heel one more time. She's done such a great job. She's such a good girl. And we know that she will be protective of you because she's protective here. I was showing the owners the facility the other day, and she was outside in the play yard, and she knew they were strangers, and she barked.
Zoey, come.
Now, if she doesn't do it, you pick up your leash and you enforce it. And he praises her on the way in. Good job, Zoe. And then she returns back to heel position and back sitting. Good job. And the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is your down from a distance. I have everybody outside today. It's Saturday and everybody is outside working in their yards. Now Rich has her sit. He leaves her in a stay. Walks out to the end of his training leash. Drop the training leash. He's going to use his right hand to give the command.
Down.
Perfectly executed. Now this is just your intermediate training. There's a lot more that Rich is going to be showing you when you go, you're his only stop on Monday, so you have a lot of time to spend with him. We have so enjoyed having her, and thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.